Across the African savanna, life is a constant dance with danger. For every creature grazing on the golden grasses or taking shade beneath a lone acacia, survival depends on keeping a keen sense of their surroundings, always on alert for the ever-present threat posed by predators like lions, cheetahs, and hyenas. Within this harsh landscape, zebras and ostriches, two species that might appear at first glance to have little in common, have forged an unlikely partnership. Their symbiotic relationship paints a fascinating picture of adaptation, cooperation, and the shared drive to survive. Zebras are instantly recognizable, their bold black and white stripes standing in striking contrast to the muted earth tones around them. Traveling in herds, their strong senses of smell and hearing are essential tools for detecting approaching predators. However, despite these strengths, zebras have a notable weakness: their eyesight. Zebras see the world in a somewhat blurry, monochrome perspective, unable to discern details at great distances. This shortcoming can make it difficult for them to spot a cleverly camouflaged lion or detect subtle movements in the tall grasses until it's almost too late. On the other hand, ostriches, towering birds that stride confidently across the veld, are equipped with excellent vision. Their large, keen eyes can pick up fine details at remarkable distances, spotting threats long before they draw near. Yet, the ostrich faces its own challenges. Despite its imposing stature and powerful legs capable of swift escape, the ostrich's hearing is relatively poor. Subtle sounds, the faint rustle of a hunting predator or the low growl of a stalking lion, often pass unnoticed. This is where the beauty of their partnership reveals itself. Drawn together naturally on the open plains, zebras and ostriches often gather in mixed groups, leveraging the strengths of one another. Ostriches, by virtue of their remarkable eyesight, serve as sentinels, their sharp vision detecting movement or danger on the horizon. At the slightest hint of trouble, they become animated, raising their heads, puffing their feathers, and shifting in distinct ways. These cues are immediately noticed by zebras, who, attuned to movement and subtle changes in their environment, pick up on the body language of their avian companions. Simultaneously, zebras fill in the gaps for ostriches. Their acute sense of hearing picks up the faintest snaps of twigs or the distant padding of paws in the underbrush. When zebras sense danger through sound, their reactions, head tossing, stamping, sudden group movements, or vocal alarms, are instantly picked up by the ostriches. The birds, seeing that their striped neighbors are alert or anxious, follow suit, ready to flee if necessary. Through this cooperative vigilance, the group benefits as a whole. If either species detects a threat first, it triggers a chain reaction, an early warning system allowing both zebras and ostriches to respond quickly, increasing their chances of survival. This mutual alert system is an elegant example of symbiosis, a win-win relationship where each party draws on the strengths of the other to compensate for its own weaknesses, but the relationship extends beyond mere warnings. Because zebras and ostriches forage alongside each other, their cooperation offers daily advantages. Zebras primarily graze on grasses, cropping the nutrient-rich shoots close to the ground. Ostriches, less picky in their diet, often peck at seeds, insects, and small creatures disturbed by the wandering zebra herds. Their complementary feeding habits mean that together they can exploit a wider array of food sources without direct competition. This overlap in foraging grounds benefits both species and fosters a closer association. Within this dynamic, communication is key. While neither zebras nor ostriches talk to one another in the direct sense, their watchful behaviors and changes in posture serve as a universal language. A sudden stillness, an alert stance, or a quick retreat is enough to convey a message that danger is near. Over generations, both species have evolved to interpret the subtle cues and warning signs displayed by the other, weaving a silent tapestry of understanding, a wordless system of survival honed over millennia. The relationship is a testament to nature's ingenuity. In regions where predators are relentless and the cost of a moment's inattention can be fatal, zebras and ostriches show how different species can form alliances that enhance each other's odds. Their partnership reminds us that in the wilderness, survival is often about collaboration as much as competition. The savanna is dotted with such examples: herds of antelope shadowed by wildebeest, flocks of birds mingling with monkeys, or meerkats standing sentry for their entire mob. Each example reaffirms the principle that in nature, cooperation can be as vital as any physical adaptation. Observing zebras and ostriches together is an exercise in quiet admiration for the subtle mechanics of the animal world. The alert gaze of the ostrich scans the distant line of trees, while the ears of the zebra swivel and twitch, ever attuned to the undercurrents of danger. Should one sense trouble, their sudden unease spreads through the group like a ripple, sending all members scurrying towards safety in a coordinated retreat. These moments also have deeper implications for the ecosystem as a whole. By banding together and increasing their chances of escape, zebras and ostriches can help regulate predator success rates, influencing patterns of predation across the savanna. Their vigilance shapes the behaviors of other herbivores nearby, who may join their mixed groups for added safety, or simply follow their example when an alert is sounded. Thus, their partnership contributes not just to their own survival, but to the broader web of life that sustains the grassland. For human observers, this relationship between zebras and ostriches is both practical and poetic. It highlights the value of diversity, the strength found in pooling different abilities, and the silent agreements that govern life in the wild. In a world where every sense and every instinct is put to the test, these animals demonstrate that harmony emerges not just from similarity, but from the interlocking of differences. As the sun sets over the savanna, casting long shadows across the plains, zebra herds and ostrich flocks continue their timeless pilgrimage together. Silhouetted against the horizon, they remind all who see them that survival isn't always about being the fastest or the strongest. Sometimes it's about knowing who to trust, watching each other's backs, and learning how to listen even when you have no words. In their quiet cooperation, the story of the grasslands is written anew each day, a legacy of mutual reliance passed down through the ages.